Exorsisters don't hate graveyard-based decks, they just dislike them because unlike Nectar Valley, which hates on the graveyard, the sisters still want graveyard interaction to occur. They just want to control it. But if you're not playing against a graveyard-based one, they still function as a rank 4 deck, but is no way near as effective. That said, however, I want to go on record saying I like these bitches.
And a lot.
If your opponent moves a card in their graveyard, you can exceed summon for free, provided these bitches are reactive rather than proactive, something for your face. It makes sense why we can't trigger this effect ourselves, but man, it would have been real nice if we had disability. Oh my god! There are other effects. Place an Exorcister card from your hand on bottom of your deck, draw a card. Draw a card if you control another sister. At least special summons herself. If Stella special summons a sister from your hand, are pretty fucking boring. No, they're not bad. I'm just saying they're boring as fuck, but it's fine because they're a rank 4 deck and they bitches.
I love those.
I don't understand the life point gain or the fact you need to control a specific sister to do it. I understand it offsets the cost of a mental invadus, but does that really justify the life gain, especially when you have to control a specific sister? Fuck no. Can't be destroyed by a battle, unaffected by activated effects of monsters special summon from the graveyard. It's blah. But when you exceed summon Cashapp or Sophia, now that's where we get to effects that could be considered hateful, but they're really not.
Ask me why.
Because they only apply for that turn. So unless you activate a Mento during your opponent's turn, good fucking luck stopping your opponent's graveyard shit. Mika at least banishes and Jabri negates, which is great. But just like the other two bitches, those effects can only be activated during the turn they were exceed summoned. Fortunately, each of their effects that require attachment don't have such issues. Carpe Diem protects your sisters from targeting. Kinda sorta acts like prohibition, somewhat better and somewhat worse, and destroys an opponent's spell and trap when a sister's involved in the battle. You play one, no more than that, because it's searchable. What if I want to play more?
This is not an option, nigga.
That is summons two sisters, but a sister has to be mentioned on one, fine, fair enough. But why this is a trap that shuffles the sisters in your deck during the main phase, yet doesn't let you exceed summon using those two bitches, I have no idea. I could have swore exceed summon was on this motherfucker somewhere, but the more I read, the more disappointed I became because it's not on here. Despite that, I like the sisters a lot, mostly due to how they look. That should be obvious gameplay wise. They're basic as fuck, but I'm okay with basic. I guess you could call me a basic bitch. I don't give a fuck. That said, thanks for watching. My PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, Venmo, that was out of order like a motherfucker. Doesn't matter. They're in the description, and so is my Discord server link. Now,
what's the question?
Do you feel satisfied with your current lifestyle? Yeah, for the most part. The only thing that I would change is a vehicle, but that's not terribly important. I felt some negativity and aggressiveness when you talked about the Dark Magician cards. In old videos, it's pretty evident that you dislike them. Is it just my idea you really hate this archetype? I understand why you may feel that way, but I'm going to say this again. I don't hate anything or most things, and I don't hate Dark Magician, but yes, there was a little bit of annoyance in talking about the cards because I don't feel that Dark Magician should be getting so many fucking cards. But at the end of the day, I'm not angry about it. If somebody asks me outside of a video, I'm not going to spaz out on them or anything, but I understand where you may think that I'm actually feeling a way about it, but I really don't. First of all, love the refound motivation to interact with your audience more. Second, have you seen any improvements on your channel? Views, likes, comments, subscribers since you started doing it? What's the question? Again, I would say it's pretty much the same. Now that we have a retrain of an old elemental hero as the new Destiny hero, Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, do you think this opens the possibilities of getting original heroes as retrains? Sure. If so, would it be better to have main deck retrains to help the old fusion, making retrains of the original hero fusion monsters, or do you want to have both? I don't really care either way. Whatever Konami decides to do is perfectly fine with me. I'm going to do a video on it, and then you'll hear my thoughts there. But why not make both? Do you have an anxiety issue like social anxiety? I will say that it was much more of an issue back then than it is right now. But yeah, I have that from time to time. But when I have to be in public around a whole bunch of people, it's not that big of a deal. But if I had my choice, I'd rather not. But there's certain situations where you don't have a choice in the matter. I try to minimize those situations. So yes, I do have a little social anxiety, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was when I was younger. Hashtag what's the question? Appreciate the fuck out of y'all. And for that one person for some reason that doesn't like what's the question, tough shit.
Get over it, boo-hoo.